I might be going pay. I might just have to pay. Cause $16 a month is kind of crazy. I'm not lying. But hey, yo, we here though. We haven't watched Tommy G in. I actually gotta say this. We haven't watched Tommy G in like damn near months now. If y'all don't know, y'all just seen the time. It is pouring, raining outside for some reason. It's in the middle of summer. Come on. Yo, we here. We here.
I do get firearms. I send them across the border. Make money for myself from that. Other people make money from it. Today I'm going to discuss how guns are brought from the United States into Mexico.
Would you say you have a dangerous job?
Yeah, probably the most dangerous you can have. It's literally just storing it away and sending it about its way. So my mom was in jail. I need to put food on the plate. I ended up selling it to somebody who ended up taking it to California and making money off of it. So everybody ate at the end of the day.
Yeah.
2000.
Everybody ate at the end of the day, but okay, we starting off with heat. I cannot cap. We starting off with heat, but yo, some of these people actually have a reasonable cause to be doing this. Like he just said, his mom in jail. He probably gotta be the head of the family now. So I get some instances where this will not okay, but it's justifiable. What's not justifiable is how Tommy G how these people just keep getting in contact with Tommy G, bro. I love it though.
9, 10 was
Hope
like our
dude don't
wild,
get in
wild
trouble
west
for
days
this
out here
stuff.
where we were in chases every day.
And what are the odds someone has eyes on us right now?
Oh, pretty good, dude, because he's...
Never mind. So, as someone who, or as a smuggler, you know, you just got an interview with Tommy G. And the video he just posted, in the beginning of the video, before he even talked to y'all, he's talking to your opposition. The police. How would you feel about that? I'm not saying he is working both sides. He's working both sides, but you got to take that out of it. He's just, how are we going to call it? A commentator. He's just a YouTuber. We just gonna say that.
These are all
bro, just a
deals.
YouTuber. He's not
Did you
involved.
say you officially joined an organization?
So I was about 10, 11 years old.
Damn.
We spoke with a cartel member last night that alleged that one of the ways it gets through is paying off Border Patrol, paying off police.
Yeah, I would not disagree with that.
What is the
You would
cost
not disagree
to
with
buy
that.
a Border
What?
Patrol agent?
$9,500.
In a good month, how many guns can you get across the border?
I'm not lying. That cop just blew me. So y'all already know y'all corrupt. Y'all already know y'all corrupt. Whoa, I was about to give a number, but dang, 1,000 guns a month. 1,000 guns a month. I have never even owned a gun. Oh, whoa, wait. Is how American gun. Oh, okay. Wow, that's just making the cartels way better. I cannot even cap. I would presume that this is way more easier. I'm talking about way more easier to smuggle into Mexico than America. I don't see it getting into America, but Mexico, of course, duh. Like it's less. How do I say it? I don't really know, but I guess it's more easier to sneak it in. I guess it's more easier to sneak it in.
Use it for
What you mean? Someone knocking on the door? Not even knocking on the door, knocking on the
Mexican
roof.
cartels have accumulated is hard to fathom. With Jalisco New Generation Cartel and the Sinaloa Cartel leading the charge, these paramilitary crime syndicates have global reach. They are heavily armed, deeply connected, and absolutely
200,000
ruthless.
guns.
Specializing in drug
Dang.
trafficking, human smuggling, extortion, and more, these organizations pull in
It's crazy.
billions of dollars every year. And the United States plays a part in this because the ugly truth behind some of their power is American guns. Now, as Americans, we
True
get mad
that.
about the fentanyl flooding across our border. But what about our guns that are flooding into Mexico? In this episode, we expose the pipeline. From cartel operators to U.S. gun smugglers running thousands of firearms across the border to the law enforcement agents fighting to stem the flow.
I do see, like, every single video I've seen of Tommy G that I've reacted to even, he have a good message that he wants to bring. That's why all of these videos he makes is because of message. So, man,
These folks are the
I vote with
players
the
in this
message.
deadly supply chain of power and violence. And would you believe that some of our own three-letter agencies might be involved? This is the story of how American guns end up in the hands of Mexican cartels.
Come on. Phoenix, Arizona. They gave him a letter code. Knock.
Good to meet you.
Come on.
Is it true that different people...
I will not lie to you. I do not know the difference between any of these guns they're probably going to show in this video. Do I know their names? No.
People in the game are on the run right now?
Oh yeah, most
Pistol,
of the people I know just
AK,
either they're
probably a
people
Draco.
Either got hit by, I mean,
Y'all got it.
3 people that are going out there raiding people, or just had some shit happen, or some people didn't know how to do, and they gotta go on the run. So Mexico is just the go-to right now. States are too hot. State troopers, border patrol up in Phoenix.
So do you have a fear that if you did a bad business transaction...
Bro, I am so just unknowledgeable about the outside world, as you could say. There's a border in Phoenix. I would not know. Where is the borders at? Bro, I do not know where. You know what? I don't know, bro.
Someone would come looking for you?
I don't fear for my life at all in this situation, just because throughout this whole...
Is that a
business,
Tommy gun in the middle?
You know, see myself as a way of just normal, civilian that's out here just trying to make money. So you're gonna have the gun itself, where the gun is, who's the one that's either gonna get it or who has it. I go buy that off that person at a price where I can make a profit for myself. Or I send someone into a store to go get something from me, and I have my people that I sell it to at a pretty good markup. They send it to one of their kind of workers, drivers, and just gets taken down to Mexico in like units.
So you don't physically drive across the border?
The voice just threw me off. I don't even know what he's talking about. Yeah, I don't even know what bro just said. He buys it from someone buys it from.
Yeah, probably the most dangerous you can have. Because you're not just dealing with, you know, legal issues, you're also dealing with territorial
Cartel.
issues.
Yeah.
For those not familiar, the Sinaloa cartel is one of Mexico's most feared and...
Yeah, you can go, like, one day you're going down there to sell a gun, and then you just become the target. Now they want to smuggle you. It went from smuggling guns to now you're getting smuggled yourself. It's crazy.
Notorious drug cartels. It was led for years by El Chapo Guzman, a ruthless kingpin famous for
still
running
alive?
a global crime empire and escaping a Mexican prison in 2015 through a
heard about
mile-long
that,
tunnel.
yeah.
He was recaptured in 2016 and extradited to the United States, where he's now being held in ADX Florence,
Oh, he's
America's
still
most secure
alive?
prison. He's locked up alongside people like infamous gang leader Larry Hoover and the Boston Marathon bomber. And with El Chapo behind bars, Sinaloa's future has never looked more uncertain. But make no mistake that from Chicago to California, Omaha to Phoenix, the Sinaloa reach is still quite powerful.
I cannot even cap. I did not know bro was still alive.
All right, folks, we have a sheriff pulling up from Pinal County. He's had a lot of experience in the field. We're going to be interviewing him as well. You have the wildest collection of patches that I think I've ever seen.
Dang.
We interviewed a cartel member last night. What are the odds that he patches that?
What are these patches like? So he just have patches just to have patches, like like bro, what is this patch? Lights out. Like, so he really just a patch guy, I guess.
I've ever seen.
He a patch guy.
We interviewed a cartel member last night. What are the odds that he would be Sinaloa given the control they have in the area?
If he's not Sinaloa, then he's risking his life.
What's your process?
I thought he was about to be like, damn, y'all interviewed a cartel member? You want to drop the low? Oh, bro, if I was the cop, I'd be like, bro, what you mean y'all just interviewed? You want to become an accomplice? If you don't drop that low so you can go rape, bro?
It's literally just storing it away and sending it about its way.
And are you physically driving it in a car, or do you have other people do that?
No, you know, there's a chain of command and there's people that do that.
He did not want to.
Right now,
he did not want to answer that question, bro.
your typical.
We have people that
something
do
like
that.
for
That's
$9
what you
grand.
get.
But if it falls out the back of the truck, I can get it for $5.
Do you work
What?
for one primary cartel or do you freelance amongst many?
Just one.
Is there any
Yeah, that would
difference
be
in how
crazy.
difficult it is to do business from the Biden administration to the Trump administration?
There might be a couple hiccups, but it's all business. It's all the same. Honestly, it's crazy. I can't imagine the border right now. People are scared to go across more than ever before. The risk and like the paranoia of it, you know, because like some of this shit is like they'll load your car up with like 20 blocks, and like imagine trying to drive across the border like thinking that, and then if the X-ray's gonna pick you up, shit like that. I guess
That's what I'm saying. How are you getting
once
it
the border got
through?
tighter, you know, things got hard to do. Get into America, you know what I mean?
Was it actually that easy as with Biden as president?
I felt like there was a lot more things coming in.
Is
Wow.
it noticeably
That's
more
crazy.
difficult now that Trump is in office?
Yeah.
Under the Biden administration, it was a free flow of everything. The people
is
have
crazy.
stopped coming across so much. I mean, we're way down. I think we were at about 7,000 to 12,000 a week, and we're at like 300 to 700 a week now.
At what age would you say you officially?
He said
A
what?
week, and we're way down. I think we were at about 7,000 to 12,000 a week, and we're at like 300 to 700 a week.
Bro, there's no way the Biden administration was that bad, bro. That is crazy. Even though, bro, I do not get myself involved in all these politics and stuff. Like, you feel me? Like, so, to be honest, all I just heard that was going on with Biden is that, bro, he was helping people across the war and he was getting hate for that. That's all I was hearing. But what he was just saying, from going to thousands to just a couple hundred, yeah, Biden, he was a... That's trash, bro. The Biden
At what age
administration
would you
was
say you
trash.
officially joined an organization?
So I was about 10, 11 years old.
Yeah, these people are joining as kids. What is this? What is this? Huh. Bro, what is this?
Years of paranoid.
There was a study done by the U.S.
No, we
government
not
from the
paranoid,
Government
my guy.
Accountability Office that found that 70% of firearms found in Mexico traced their roots to America. Does that surprise you?
Dang.
Probably lowballing it.
Yeah, it might
Yeah,
even be
quite
closer to 80,
literally.
90.
No, if anything, I feel like it would be a larger number.
Closer to 80, 90% maybe.
Yeah.
Damn near 100%.
Closer to 90.
How much power
That is
do the
crazy.
cartels have in places like this in Arizona?
On the American
Fire all of the border patrol. Hire some new border patrol people. Well, I actually can't. It's so weird though. Like, it's so weird. Like, imagine you the border patrol, because I don't know how border patrol work. I don't know if that's its own separate unit, which I probably thinking it is, because I've seen some videos. But if it's its own separate unit, the border patrol got to be in one area, the border, right? And say they get ambushed by the cartel, and the cartel just threaten them and say, oh yeah, if y'all don't let, not everybody, but such and such and such people, they give y'all this or give y'all a code, like some, it's gonna be consequences. I'm not gonna care. I will see how a lot of border patrol will be in line, I guess you can say, in line, or would willing to just follow command. I guess.
side, they are very smart businessmen, right? They don't, they're getting a little more overt about their stuff, but you just don't have a lot of in your
If y'all know
face,
what I'm talking about,
like you do in Mexico, right? We don't have rolling gun battles here. Sinaloa holds pretty good control of our state. They have not given it up, and they've been here a lot of years.
Are there people in America that are officially part of a cartel, or is that only if you live in Mexico?
It's going to stretch all over the world. We'll just put it that way.
Now, according to Arizona law, these gun smugglers could face up to 10 years in prison if caught for the crime. But what's interesting to me is the same U.S. government that will hammer these guys for selling guns also like to sell a lot of guns overseas themselves. This has happened a lot of times in recent history, but let's just highlight a couple of recent examples. Take the Soviet-Afghani conflict and then
well, before he go into detail on whatever he's about to say, these sentences do not make no sense to me, bro. If someone will politely, or if y'all want to, I don't know, or I'll probably go search it up after, but what are the sentences? I do not get it. Like, someone can like do a murder and get like 2, 3, 4 years in jail and then get out. Someone selling weed can get like maximum 30, 20 years. And then someone who smuggle guns get 10. it's so weird to me. It's so weird to me, bro.
1980s. The CIA
Hold on.
funneled tens
Come
of
back.
thousands of guns to the Afghan fighters, the Mujahideen,
So, alright, I'm back.
to win the battle against the dreaded Soviets, our enemy at the time. Fast forward a few years later, the same Mujahideen fighters that we armed with the guns that we gave him, some of these guys later turned into the Taliban, which was really good for the military-industrial complex because this fueled another 20 years of war and profit. And most recently, for the United States politicians and arms manufacturers, we have sent billions to Ukraine and Israel, which some could say the US taxpayer is indirectly responsible for the deaths of tens of thousands of people, including women and children.
Of
so
course,
while a low-level
yeah,
smuggler
of course.
might spend a decade behind bars for moving a few rifles across the border, the corporations and politicians who benefit from this arms dealing will walk free. Because when the violence is industrialized, no longer a crime, it's just good business.
You see, that is something I was trying to talk about, not on YouTube, but I was telling my sister. I was like, bro, because she's trying to go to the, I'm pretty sure, Navy. I'm like, bro, the president, well, it was a joke. I was like, bro, the president really just sending people over there, and I imagine y'all get bombed. He's not in first. He's not like George Washington, who, front and center, running with his horse. Bro, it's not like that. So, yeah. So basically, the point I'm trying to make is, it's easy for someone to just send out people to just go die, basically. It's not like a president can really just go make a whole platoon of people go on the mission, right? Send them on a mission. Nobody makes it. Or the Vietnam thing happened again, where they send them over there and we just see the amount of just destruction they did over there. And it's like, oh yeah, y'all just killed that. Y'all went through villages killing women, children, men. And it's like, the president, the person who ordered it, doesn't get nothing. Like, no time, no nothing. They're even seen as a hero. Sometimes, you can say. But that was what I was trying to say, man.
Is there any misrepresentation
It's
of
a
the
long
American
video.
media about the cartels? Like, basically that they're horrifying terrorist organizations? And
It's not how they picture it. It's so media is so brainwashed, and they say, oh, the cartel, it so runs this whole area, and if you go there, they're gonna kill you, or this and that. Yeah, the cartel might run a specific area, but as long as you get there and you're not causing no trouble.
This too. YouTube, what's it called? YouTube Premium or something? I gotta get that too, bro. These ads are
You're not ready for
annoying. Bro, we've seen this, bro. We've seen like this same ad like 6, 7, 8 months ago, bro. What you mean we not ready, bro?
Or
What you mean we not ready, my guy?
Just sell anything, you know what I mean? If you're just there on good terms and like checking in, everything be good.
do you think that's a fair picture American media makes of them?
No, that's easy to label something that you can tax. We gotta take care of our own people, you know?
See, that's true. I mean, because I watch people like Tyler Oliveira, who goes to all these countries, and I won't say causing trouble at all. Dude is just like Tommy, but he's just an international Tommy G, bro. But he don't go to these places causing trouble. He just wants to record and ask them questions. So that's why I feel like. But the thing is, what I would say against that is, they say if you go like what he just said. Oh yeah, if you're not causing trouble, they won't mess with you. But the thing is, it's some people that go there that's just going to have a good time, like a vacation or something. They get kidnapped like a tourist or something. I heard this many a time. It's thunderstorming outside too, but like, locals are good. Like, locals, even though sometimes they'll still get of course, locals will get kidnapped, but it's like they target travelers, the tourists. So that's why they be like, not even places like, not even Mexico. You can't even just say Mexico, because tourists get kidnapped everywhere around the world. You can go to Japan, Tokyo, anywhere, India, and still get kidnapped. It's never that. It's corruption all around the world. But all I'll just say is just be safe, bro. Be safe.
The government.
Because my sister was just talking about going to Mexico on a yacht. I'm like, bro. I mean, I get it. Mexico is beautiful, bro. But it's like, I don't see no reason to go over there.
We see,
to be honest, for someone, sorry for pausing, but for someone who have never traveled a day in their life, has only been in Texas, why would Mexico be my first stop? Let me go to, New York is crazy. New York is crazy. I will never go there. I don't even know what places. Let me go travel to Houston. Let me go see what's up in Houston first.
The United States go do mass shootings and get their agenda across or anything.
Alright, enough rambling. Let's listen.
Do, unless it's someone in America that was working with them and flip them over somehow. That's when they'll go after you as a person in America.
What do you think about Trump potentially labeling cartels as terrorist organizations?
Then he should start here with the people on their side.
What do you think would happen if Trump tried invading Mexico or drone striking cartel operations?
It's not gonna be good.
Currently in the news, the
will not
U.S. and the
be
Trump
good.
administration is considering using drone strikes against the Mexican cartels. But how do we know if these stories are biased, how they're being framed politically, if we're getting the right scoop on what we're being told? This is where the sponsor of today's video comes in, Ground News. What they do is they pull thousands of stories across the internet and compile them, and they rate the reliability of the story based off the political bias of the source, which is very helpful because they give
Y'all hear that? I do too.
us an indication of the reliability of the story.
It is only 3 o'clock, bro.
That we're hearing. Just take these stories about drone strikes. Most of the outlets covering this are center or lean right. And Ground News lets you compare these headlines side by side. Take this left-leaning source that says drone strikes will lead to another Vietnam, and take this right-wing source that gives the counterpoint that cartels are using drones to spy on US troops. One of my favorite parts about Ground News is their blind spot feed. What it does is it shows me stories.
Alright, we gotta get back to the video because this is a long video. I cannot even count. Hey, y'all go check it out. I mean, it's a lot of news networks out here, so believe what y'all want to believe.
It's very, very, very much like the Italian mafia. They are very family oriented. I can tell you from the Mexican side of my family. We have family gatherings.
Oh yeah, that's what I was trying to say. The mafia and the cartel damn near hand in hand, bro. It's just basically the same thing. Same thing.
There's all the time. We have carne asadas. We get together and play loteria, and, you know, all this kind of stuff. The difference being when they go to work, it could be to go skin somebody alive that's their enemy, you know. This road in particular is a major smuggling route, and I've had a lot of chases on this route.
And what road are we on right now?
We're on Stanfield Road. These mountaintops will have scouts on them. So all of these valleys out here can have routes where they are pushing people and product up, and they use those routes. The scouts guide the loads. When they get up here to kind of the civilization, that's when they'll hit these regular routes, blacktop routes, on the freeway, shoot up into Phoenix, because Phoenix becomes the hub.
And what
That's
are the odds
crazy.
someone has eyes on us right now?
Oh, pretty good, dude, because these are all scout hills.
Why is torture used so often amongst the cartels?
Pain is the best teacher.
Oh wow, simple as that.
Tired of typing
Oh
tons of
my
notes during class?
jeez,
There's
bro.
finally a better way. It's
on.
called Otter. Let's say I'm
Ah, stop right there.
So you're a runner, go to a gun store, get it. Let's say it's me. If I get flagged, okay, that's a mission that went astray. If not, how often would you send a guy like me to get it again and again and again?
I mean, I've had people that, you know, you wouldn't believe the number of stuff they cut out under their name. It's really kind of strategic in a way, because the way the background checks work is it will show.
One more time, but I swore, cause I just seen. Why do I keep saying I just seen? Like, this video has been around. It was a dude. He was talking about how the police just raided his house and took all his guns. So it's not really very confidential, but it's like the police will not let you own too many guns. So yeah, he just said he had someone check out. That's what I'm saying. How much guns can a gunsmith actually sell you? If you walk into a store right now, a gun store, how many guns will they actually let you buy? If you have the money up front. I need to know that number. Actually, I'll really search that up, but
Is, you know, either a pistol or a rifle doesn't go into the system as that specific firearm unless the ATF is flagged and involved. You could have someone go store to store, get 5 guns in their name, just one day, clean record, all that stuff.
For you, have someone in your family that has died from gun violence in Mexico.
Yeah,
Do you blame the guys in America selling the guns?
I don't. I just blame the shooter, really.
How do you
I mean,
feel about being
understandable.
involved in a business that arms the cartel?
It sounds worse than it is in a way. I mean, you think about it is, what I'm doing is basically doing what larger corporate companies have done with other third world countries. You know, Taliban has all guns made in the USA. What I do is I still make those people money. You know, the big corporate, big gun industry still gets money from me, but I also make some money myself in a way by just doing what they're already doing, but on a smaller scale. Even if I stopped what I was doing, someone would just come and fill in for me. Might as well try to make my money that way, and it's something that's happening in a whole different country.
So gun smugglers will risk prison time for a few $1,000s of profit a month. But what about the big players in what some would call the military-industrial complex? Let's just look at the Russia-Ukraine war, for example. Lockheed Martin's stock hit an all-time high. Raytheon's production lines are going off the charts. Billions of dollars in weapons have flowed across the Ukraine border and across the European nations that are gearing up, looking to refill their arsenal in what has proven to be one of the biggest spending sprees in defense since the Cold War. Now, this is where the gray area comes in. Is this right? Is this wrong? Because whether you look at Ukraine, Israel, Afghanistan, one man's freedom fighter is another man's terrorist. I don't know the answer to all this, but what I do know as a tax-paying citizen is what I've gotten out of the deal are dead soldiers, civilians, destruction, a bad reputation globally, while these companies in the military-industrial complex have reaped the profits in the billions.
Well, I don't think the gun manufacturers make the guns to give to bad guys to like rape, pillage, and carnage their own countries. So I don't think that's a good way of looking at
So
it.
it should be a new
you choose
law.
this job over anything else you could have
It
done.
should be a new law.
Honestly, the thrill of it in a way, and just a large interest in guns on my part. The money's there. I got lucky with, finding some people. Honestly, I think this is a lot.
To be honest, in my point of view, American citizens should not even an American citizen. You should not be able to buy an automatic. I cannot even cap. You should not be able to get an automatic rifle, bro. Gun stores should only be cause, bro. Anybody can get it. Then if it's free to everybody can get it. So I'm like, bro, why not level the playing field? Let everybody can be able to get just a pistol. Let that be it. Then you'll have the people who modify it, make it switches, and yeah. But at least we still on level playing field. No Dracos, no AK, no automatic, no semi-automatic, no. Just pistols. We'll see how they do
Morally
it.
acceptable than drugs, safer than drugs, less corrupt, less dangerous, So my mom was in jail, I need to put food on the plate. And then once people started offering me guns for product, and tremendously no product was damn near getting a gun for free. That's really what changed my eyes, because of some kid who went and robbed a car and found a gun in the car, and he was scared to have it at home. So he came to me and he said he didn't want that. He'd rather have a little bit of weed.
How much weed do you think you gave him?
Probably 7 grams. And that same night,
That's crazy.
I ended up selling it to somebody who ended up taking it to California and making money off of it, so everybody ate at the end of the day.
2009, 10 was like our wild
That's
west
still
days out
funny.
here, where we were in
Everybody
chases
ate.
every day. Load vehicles, stolen vehicles going south. So they would go to Phoenix. They could have a stolen vehicle out of West Phoenix.
What about those
down
people that just
here
ran?
within about 40 minutes? And so they would run stolen south. They would cross them over because there's parts of the border just south of us that are just barbed wire fence like this. So they would cut that shit, drive across, and drive the stolen into Mexico, load it up with dope, and then drive it back northbound under the dark of night. And so we would be out here in night chases with them, going after blacked out vehicles, chasing them through the desert, trying to get them before they got to I-8. The scouts would all coordinate their movement.
Bro, if y'all don't
we
get
would
these
have counter
people,
scout
bro.
operations where us and Border Patrol would work together to try and take the scouts off the hills when we knew loads were coming, so that they were flying blind, essentially. And then under the last presidential administration, it was so wide open that they didn't need any of that stuff. Nobody was stopping them. So, and there were so many of them that there was just a flood of people coming through, a flood of dope coming through. Border Patrol was tasked out in all these other areas. It was like Thermopylae for us, man. I mean, we were up against, tens of thousands of people, and it's really not even our job, right? The immigration piece is not even our job. The sheriff's job, but we were stuck with a lot of this stuff. Our military was essentially
bro. So there are their own group. The Border Patrol and Immigration Service, ICE, there are their own group. Okay.
Countries how to defend their country, right? And
guys, we got to
so
cover some more cartel
explains
history
a
because
lot.
American guns are not the only thing that the United States has contributed towards the rise and dominance of Mexican cartels. Let's take you back to the mid-90s to Fort Benning, Georgia at the School of Americas, where for decades and still today, this was a place where Latin American military forces were brought to practice skills in things like urban warfare, interrogation tactics, and psychological warfare. The School of Americas has since been renamed due to many former students committing various coups and human rights violations across Central and South America. Classes here are taught in Spanish and oftentimes led by U.S. Green Berets. One of the groups that was trained here was GAFE, one of Mexico's elite special forces groups whose job it was to raid high-value targets and combat narcotics operations. In the 90s, about 30 of the GAFE guys eventually defected from the Mexican military to work for the Gulf Cartel, which they later left to create their own and one of the most feared cartels of all time, Los Zetas. Now, the majority of scholars agree that this was not some CIA psyop on purpose, but rather an unintended consequence on the part of the United States. However, there are known cases of former special forces guys being put on cartel payroll to teach their soldiers and sicarios advanced tactics. Just food for thought as we look at the history of how some of these cartels came to be. What's been your biggest month in revenue so far?
I think the best run I had is I made 70K in 4 months.
How did that feel?
Amazing. I never felt that level of accomplishment before in my life.
Have you ever been visited by a 3-letter agency?
Allegedly.
How is that?
3-letter agency.
In a way, one of the things you want to do with that is you want to have them talk to you. Doing that, I was able to find out in a way what they knew about me. Where also I reflected where I went wrong, other factors, and how much they knew.
So you kind of stayed silent and let.
Did you know our Jersey Mike's order came with a $25 Fanatics promo code? I did. It's kind of hard to forget, dude. $25 Fanatics.
Them talk.
Yeah.
this is the Obama solution here.
So someone could be camping out here and some.
Yeah.
This is the Obama solution.
That's his solution?
Here.
So someone could be camping out here and someone's hustling a load.
Yeah, and we've had that happen where
so
there's
they just
people
put a
out
sign.
here either hunting or just camping.
They put a sign, hey, you might be out here for hunting, but hey, if you get caught, if you get kidnapped, it's on you.
Camping for a weekend, and they'll have a stolen vehicle in the middle of a chase, run right through their campsite, and blasting up here to the interstate to get away from the cops. And so this whole area is kind of, again, just like the other area, all the high points, you're gonna have scouts. There's usually scouts on this hill, and there's scouts a little bit deeper in, and so they're watching over the valleys.
The cartel member we spoke with last night said that if drone strikes were taken against the cartel, we really escalated against them, there would be a ripple effect where they're gonna escalate the violence here and try and, do you see that as a potential chess move that really results badly for the American citizens?
No. If they just look historically at the U.S., they would understand that that's a really stupid statement to make. I think it was Japan that woke up the dragon, right? I don't think they understand what they're saying. Like, that's fine to say, and there's a lot of machismo in that. Like, hey, if you mess with me, you come after my family, I'll come after your family. That's all fun and good, but when you go to war on...
See, it's easy from a president standpoint and a sheriff standpoint to say that, but they said they're gonna take it out on the civilians. He just said, well, I think he just did just say, but it's going to take it all on the civilians. You cannot bomb people without hurting civilians on either side. Like, so, I don't know how it will be a good outcome. I don't know why he just referenced Japan. Yes, Japan did wake up a sleeping beast, and they got nuked. And they got nukes for it. That is not going to happen here. They already stamped that. You can't do that no more. Yeah, you can bomb, but you can't atomic bomb people.
On the U.S., that's a whole different level of fucking with us that we're not going to put up with. And I don't think they understand the hate that would come their way if
I
something
wonder
like that
if that was the same.
Do you ever have sympathy for some of
thing
these
with the
guys that like, hey, well, I
Taliban.
don't agree with what you're doing. I get why you're in
For
your
sure,
own
dude.
situation.
Yeah, man. I mean, you know, again,
Is that not waking up a sleeping beast? You know, stealing all of America's equipment that was left over, kidnapping, and I'm pretty sure killing the American soldiers that couldn't escape. That's not waking up a sleeping beast.
having a wife that's Mexican, there's some of her family that are involved in some of this stuff. I don't hate them. You know, it's family.
I
and they're
wouldn't
doing it.
have even spoken about my wife. Boy, they would not even have known I'm even in a relationship. I don't even know why you get
What
on camera
they think
and
they
just
need to do to get by.
talking
And
about
again,
family.
it's all circumstantial, man. What you're facing in your life and how you're dealing with it, I definitely have sympathy for that. I don't think it's right for them to do what they're doing to get their money or to get ahead or whatever, but I can't fault them for trying to get ahead and do well for their family.
People, I think, in American media, like it's
Okay,
almost like these
I
guys
feel
are
that.
monsters. Like,
I
are
feel
these
that.
guys just normal people in a way?
Yeah,
Sure.
they're normal guys and gals in the sense that, you know, just like us standing here, we can sit and have a conversation. Now, in the right circumstances, would one of them kill me if they could? Yeah, absolutely. And it doesn't get real personal. They're just trying to do their thing. And so it
feel
is
that.
what it is.
I feel
So
that.
you would just survive on your own from an early age.
Yeah, well, I have my sisters, really. It was really my sisters helping to hold it down. Once I seen like the pressure put on them, it takes a toll on me, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm the youngest of 9. When my mom was locked up and my father passed away, you know what I'm saying?
That's tough.
It was really,
That is really
just me and my
tough.
siblings. And I have my older brothers don't have papers, they're in Mexico, you get me? And one of them already died. So it's just me and my sisters, and then I have a brother who really be on his own world. So I really had to like either
They're really being
step
his own
in or step
world.
out. Once you get into this, like the money's
feel
here,
that.
this is really what makes you, you know, a little bit as that extra, especially now in this society where the bills take up everything, all the money you make, every job you have, every dollar you make is gonna go to a bill. You get me? At least
That
now,
too. That's what I was just about to say when he said everybody was they're like normal people. In a sense, of course. But there are people that don't want to live in that way anymore. Of the, oh yeah, let me work a 9 to 5, get off from the 9 to 5, go back to the 9 to 5 tomorrow, and do that for the rest of the week just to get a little bit of money. And for like about 75% of that money is going to bills, and then the other are going to food. And yeah, they're tired of living like that, you can say. And now they want to live the normal way. I say normal way. The free way, I guess, where they don't have to work. They can take anything they want, buy anything they want. Don't gotta fear
I'm
about
able
it.
to feed my family, pay my bills, and still, you know, go have some fun.
Are a lot of
Okay.
these guys balling off of this?
If we were to catch a group right now,
It's
they look like hammered dog shit, man.
Are they balling
just
off of this?
Because they've been hiking
Bruh.
for 4 or 5 days through the mountains. A lot of times
I love
they're drinking
Tommy,
a
bro.
concoction
That
of,
is funny,
meth
bro.
and fentanyl and cocaine, and so they're all wired up, not feeling shit.
Bro, watching Tommy G videos is really like a movie. I'm really sitting here for a
Rattlers and
minute.
stray bullets will get you every time. So you can see there's kind of a depression here and kind of bushes and stuff like that. You can see how the grass is kind of beat down, which means there's been people in here. And then you'll start seeing the black bottles that's traditionally smuggler trash. They carry the black bottles with water all the way up from Mexico. There's parts in Mexico where they're buying all this stuff. They're buying the camouflage, they're buying the black bottles.
Oh, wait, what?
Water. They black them out so that they're not shiny, visible, and so you'll see them kind of scattered throughout here. You should start seeing some of the clothing and stuff.
I don't get that. What he mean by that? They black out the bottles and fill them with water as camouflage. I guess. So, I mean, is this so when they open it and they try to check it, what's inside. Oh yeah, it's water. Oh yeah, this one's just water. Oh yeah, this one is just water. I mean, I guess.
And so you'll see them kind of scattered throughout here. You should start seeing some of the clothing and stuff. So they've, like, by the time they get to this point, they've already been backpacking for 4 or 5 days up from Mexico. Then they get here, and this is kind of their final staging point where they will kind of hang out and wait for a ride to come get them. And so typically speaking, this is where they kind of discard their clothing, discard any trash that they have.
Imagine they find someone there
and jump in their ride and go.
Yeah, it's way too hot for that. In Arizona, man, I think it's hot in Texas. See, Texas is just bipolar. So it's raining right now. It was just hot, but we was just at the graduation 2 days ago. Yeah, 2 days ago. And the level of heat we felt that entire day, bro, the humidity, or bro, whatever. Bro, it was so hot. Now you go outside, it's cold, and it's raining. It's thunderstorming, like.
In this little cut here, so you can kind of see from the grass pressed down, they'll just get in here, rest, and wait for their ride to come get them. And I mean, we're 10 yards off of Interstate 8, and so car will pull up, give a signal, they'll jump out of this spot, go load into the car real quick, and then they're off and running. One thing they did start doing too is when they know that we are onto them because of the stuff they're leaving behind, they would start collecting it all into a trash bag or whatever, and then they would have one person take it off 100 couple yards away so that it didn't give away their position as much.
Do you have any opinion of the new Mexican president, Scheinbaum? Like, has she changed things at all with how you guys do business?
Money talks.
So it's business as usual. Mexico officials are being paid off, police forces are getting paid off, and business keeps going?
Yeah.
How hard is it to bribe a police
that's
officer?
Crazy. I was just about to say, don't bring her into it before that a whole other stuff starts, and now they start sending her away, and now her life become in danger. Like
here?
Well, yeah, I guess compare America and Mexico.
That's the same.
Here.
You can bribe people here?
Oh, yeah.
What percent of cops in border towns in Arizona would you say are in some ways paid off?
At least 3/4.
At least 3/4?
Oh, yeah.
3/4?
And how much does it cost to buy a cop?
To buy a cop. Bro, another ad, bro. Come on, bro.
Universal 4 Unleashed is a
Come
brand
on,
new.
Tommy.
It just depends if it's a one-time thing. You know, you throw them a couple grand. And if it's an ongoing thing, you put them on the salary, you give them, you know,
Oh, wow.
3-4 grand a month.
Oh, wow.
There's really that many American cops on payroll like that? We spoke with
That's
a cartel
sad.
member last night that alleged that one of the ways it gets through is paying off Border Patrol, paying off police.
Yeah, I would not disagree with that. I know from the years that I've worked that we've had compromised Border Patrol agents, we've had compromised officers. So same thing, they make a lucrative offer to somebody who is not making very much money, and people compromise.
It's not even lucrative. Imagine you're Border Patrol and you're really good at your job and you really don't want nothing to get through. Then some cartel members come to you and I guess threaten you and say, "Oh yeah, we know where your family lays." You will start letting them go freely. I promise you. Anybody will do that. Anybody. Come on now. They start naming off your kids' names, naming off your wife's names. Oh yeah. You don't even gotta pay me the $4 grand a month. Just go. Just go. I'm not even here. I'm about to quit in like the next week.
Compromise their integrity for that. And
Have you ever had to fire somebody because you caught them doing that?
yep, we worked a case when I was working undercover. We had one of our guys that was involved, and we had to work a case on him and ultimately arrested him with the help of the FBI.
Now, I'm going to throw out the number he said, which I think is kind of crazy, but I want your take on it.
All right.
He said, about 60-70% of the Border Patrol and cops.
He's full of shit. Not on the U.S. side.
Okay.
The Mexico cops are more easily compromised, and on that side, it is the threat of violence, because way back when we talked to a compromised Mexico police officer, and he told us it was as simple as this. I was trying to be a good local cop. I was just watching traffic and I was stopping speeders, and I got blocked in by 2 vehicles, and a guy gets in the passenger side, And he said, hey, you know who I am? And he said, I knew who he was. He was a local cartel boss. And he said, hey, we want you to work for us. All you have to do is not be on this road from these times to these times, right? And the guy said, no, I'm not. I'm an upstanding citizen. I'm not part of your crew, none of that crap. They said, okay, here's a picture of your wife and family.
I knew.
And
like, it's just, bro, this video is 5 days old, bro. Come on. Like, I knew it. Like, it's already been known. Now it went from you getting a payroll to now you're about to do it for free. Like, come on now.
we have eyes on them right now.
He's full of
and you
shit.
basically
Like,
have 60 seconds to make your choice, whether you're with us or against us. And if you're against us, then your family's going to pay the price, right? And so all I had to do was not watch this road and keep my family alive. And so it wasn't much money at all, dude. You're talking a couple grand, and for that particular time, right? We think that he had done it more than that, but you're talking a couple grand is what he had compromised.
What
himself
is
for.
he,
I couldn't
bro?
believe it did.
And y'all arrested him for that? Y'all arrested him for that. He was given an ultimatum. We have, quite literally, we have information on your wife and kids. We know where they go to school at. We know the road they walk down of. Bro, come on. Was he supposed to say no? Like, bro, come on now. Like, come on. Like, we not being stupid here, bro. Like, if he got arrested for that, then yeah, y'all are. Yeah, y'all
Didn't
good.
quite
I got
buy
it.
the numbers that many U.S. Border Patrol agents or U.S. cops
I wanna say
were
60,
bought and paid for by the Mexican
but it's about
cartel.
20.
So I called another Sinaloa contact of mine to see if he could add some insight
Another
on those numbers.
contact.
Here's what he said. Would you agree with the stat, 60 to 70% of them?
I would say like 80% that they either want drugs or money. Some of them don't even have a choice. If you say no
That's
to
what I'm
money, you know, like food, you don't have a f***ing choice. You feel me? We control you. I have a couple of them that go pick up my people and pass them over. You feel me? All you have to do is follow instructions.
What is the cost to buy a Border Patrol agent?
A week, 9,500. But remember, some of them would get a kilo, you know? Some of them want some kilos, some of them want some yellow, you feel me? So some of them want money, so some of them drugs.
Even after talking to this guy, I still doubt those numbers. I feel like these guys only come in contact with Border Patrol agents that are corrupted, so in their view, all of them are. But I just can't believe that the majority of Border Patrol agents are bought. I just don't think it's true. Let me know what you guys think in the comments.
What you make in a day here is what you make.
See, you can't say that when he just said they do not have a choice. He just basically told you it's 80 to 90%. If we give you an amount and you say no, you do not have a choice. Like, bro, what you mean no? We about to pay you $9,500 a month or every 2 months to let us go. And if you don't, then that's you. We about to kidnap you in probably the next couple of days or kidnap your family. Like, you don't have a choice. Like, come on now.
Making a month.
So it's about that number, my guy.
My brothers live off $150 a month.
Damn.
USD. Let that sink in. I could make
How much?
that in one sale, one gun transaction. You get me? I could make way more than that in one gun transaction and send that over right there.
In a good month, how many guns can you get across the border?
He said 1,000.
I want to say close to 1,000.
1,000 guns?
Close to 1,000.
The cartel guy we spoke to last night claimed that in a typical month, he might be able to get 1,000.
That's what I'm saying. As the cartel guy, imagine you just watching this video like, bro, I really, like, bro.
Guns across the border?
Mm-hmm.
You think that's credible?
Yeah, that's absolutely credible.
Is it even possible that he's downplaying it?
Probably, yeah, because he's not wanting to get his bosses in trouble.
So you have a few runners daily going?
Yeah.
Is it with Border Patrol too? You can buy off Border Patrol?
Oh, definitely.
So like you have to, because obviously you don't just stroll up there and ask, like you have to meet him at a bar, you have to, like how do you initiate this?
They're sent to train.
What does that mean?
Yeah, well,
They're
what?
sent to the academy.
Tell me about the clashes going on right now. Are things fairly stable or is there a lot of battles happening?
No, right? I mean, there's always going to be, you know, a tug of war between powers. It goes through its dormant times. Right now it's active.
The danger he's speaking of refers to the war currently happening within the Sinaloa cartel. Since El Chapo's imprisonment in 2017, the group has splintered, with two main factions now holding power. One is led by El Mayo, a co-founder of Sinaloa and some say El Chapo's equal. The other is Los Chapitos, led by El Chapo's sons, known for being younger, flashier, and more aggressive. Their turf war has triggered waves of violence, including this recent story detailing the deaths of dozens of teens in Mexico. And from what I've heard from sources close to the action, this fighting is not expected to end anytime soon.
I mean, bro,
What
we in
attracted you
2025,
to
that's
this
tough.
lifestyle?
Honestly, the adrenaline.
Is it terrifying working for a cartel?
Stressful, not terrified.
Get it hot. Make it. It's a fact.
What is this ad even about? What is this ad even about, bro? Like,
So as long as you
stupid.
follow the rules and kind of do honest business, you're kind of in
Imagine
good
you really
standing,
just
there's
over
nothing to worry
here
about.
waiting for an ad so you
you
can cut the
do
video.
business
That's
as a man.
no.
The one thing I wanted to fact check on to see if you had a perspective on is Trump's claim that the majority of people coming over are murderers and rapists. In my boots on the ground journalism, I found out most of the people are just looking for a factory job, fast food job. They're not a murderer. Do you feel like that rhetoric was accurate or a little overblown?
I would say that depends on the area, dude.
That is very overblown. Like, bro, come on now. You can't just say that about them. That's the thing. He's just really saying it about them. Like, it's being a racist thing now. I mean, it's not just now. People been calling Trump a racist. Like, this is like 10 years ago. Like, come on now. He's been getting called a racist. But, like, you got to look at it like, bro, you have immigrants coming from all around the world. If you put that narrative on this group of people, you got to put it on every group of people. I would say that. That's fair then. If he says, bro, I can't even say that because my people are immigrants and they came here in 19-something to come, like, to get a better life. That's quite literally what they tried to do. So what Tommy just said, some of them are just trying to come here, work a 9 to 5, get the money, try to just live life, bro. Provide for their family, and I 100% agree with that. Because my people did that. They came from Africa, and they came to make a better life for themselves because there was a war going on at the time, and yeah. Come on. So, yeah, man, come on.
Because, like this area right now, we see military-aged males all camoed out, moving up, and those males are all at that ripe gangster age. And a lot of them, when we jump the groups, they are gang members. So if you're talking this area, absolutely, he's absolutely right. This is Thugville out here, man. It's all gangsters, cartel members, guys that are trying to fly under the radar. You'll have a few good people mixed in with that are really just looking for a better life. The other problem that we saw here in Arizona was a lot of these military-age males, when they got to the border and got across into the U.S., they immediately discarded their passports, any IDs, anything like that. They got rid of them, burned them, whatever they could do with them. Why the hell are you going to get rid of your ID if you're not up to something nefarious?
So it did seem sinister.
Yes, absolutely.
Once you're in this, is it
Okay,
possible
that I don't know about that one. I have not heard about that ever. Like, people smuggling in and then they burn all their passport IDs. Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
leave, or are you pretty much in it for life?
You can step away.
You can step
you
away.
just have to put in your reserves at that point. As long as all your corners are covered, you turn into a reserve. So if you're needed and you're called up, you better show up.
So
How
you can't
dangerous
leave.
is it for you to even do this interview?
I'm risking a lot doing this. I'll put it that way, I'm risking my arm. Let's just say that.
And folks, for all the readers out there, get this book. I got the
I was
link
just
in the
about to say,
description.
what is his bosses gonna say about this video? But yo, this
If
is
you want to
looking
learn
like
more
the end of
about
the video.
real boots on the ground law enforcement experience, I recommend you get it. Links in the description.
Power and legends of the Mexican cartels have long fascinated me, and it's my goal to cover the story in Mexico one day if I can find the right contacts to do this safely. Email me at TommyJMcGee123@gmail.com or
So I really thought people would not even take this part of the video serious.
the right
Like,
contacts
He
to do
put
this
this in
safely.
most of his
Email me at
videos.
TommyG.
Like, oh yeah, if you want me to do a story or something, send me your low or something like that. I really didn't think this was serious, but it seems like people are really very interested.
Or DM me on Instagram to reach me
stories.
if you think this might be you. I also wanted to remind you guys to check out Ground News because I think in this era, it is more important than ever to be properly informed and aware of what legitimate news might be or whether it's biased propaganda. And finally, let me know in the comments how you think the gun smugglers compare to the military-industrial complex. I appreciate you guys.
I want to
Thank you
react
for
to
watching,
Dashy. I'm
and
not
see you next
lying.
week.
I want to react to some Dashy. I definitely want to make a throwback Thursday to Dashy. Y'all let me know if that would be fine. Let me know if that's fine. But yo, this is it for this video. This was fun. I'm not gonna lie. We've just been here for the last 30, 40, 50 minutes. I don't even know. Tommy G videos it be going by fast and very, very slow at the same time. But yo, this is it for this video, man. Like I showed y'all in the beginning of the video, after this video gets made, I only have 3 more videos before I have to buy Pro. So if that's what it comes down to, I guess it's gonna come down to that, I guess. But yo, without further ado, where that button? See ya.
Bye, have a beautiful time.